All right, a buddy sent me this to react to just because I posted a handful of videos on it already. I don't think he's gonna have an effective apology here. I think he's just gonna end up very lightly kind of acknowledging what he's done, and just end up backpedaling like crazy. I am going to put this to a regular speed for y'all, so you don't have to fucking sit through the craziness that I
I'm
listen to.
making this video to apologize because I fucked up, because I'm embarrassed and ashamed, because I lied and I misled a lot of people. I've stated that this is a complicated as fuck topic, at least to me it is, because before social media, I was rich and anonymous, and after social media, I'm still rich, but no longer anonymous, and I never expected this.
Kind of weird flex. Like, hey, I had a lot of money. You guys caught me lying. I still have a lot of money. I don't know. Just that feels immediately, that feels really out of place for an apology.
Kind of exposure in the public eye. It's been tricky as fuck to navigate. Well, clearly I did it wrong, and I'm here now to set the record straight.
Is he reading a teleprompter? Watch the rest of this. His eyes are moving like he's reading a teleprompter.
Yes, I've done steroids, and yes, I'm
He's
on
totally reading a
steroids,
teleprompter.
monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician. Liver King.
That's not entirely bad. That's not like an immediately bad thing or anything like that. It's I don't know. It feels mildly disingenuous. Like maybe it was useful to like collect his thoughts and everything like that, but I guess we'll see how it looks in the grand scheme of this.
Public figure was an experiment to spread the message, to bring awareness to the 4,000 people a day who kill themselves. The 80,000 people a day that try to kill themselves are people.
What does this have to do with mental health and suicide and
People are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life.
okay, I think he's just saying like his system, the 9 ancestral tenets. I think he's saying, yeah, okay. So okay, my theory from here is that he's basically just going to do a the ends justify the means sort of thing. He's going to be like, look, this is why it's okay that I did steroids. Look at all these people that I helped. And I will say the ends justify the means argument isn't entirely wrong. There is some value to that. I That's just my take, but let's keep going.
Our young men are hurting the most, feeling lost, weak, and submissive. So I made it my job to model, teach, and
Submissive.
preach a simple, elegant solution called ancestral living, the 9 ancestral tenets, so our people no longer have to suffer, so we can collectively express our highest and most dominant form.
But
This is
he
my
wasn't.
fight. This is why I exist. While spreading the message, I've been on several podcasts, and when asked if I've ever taken steroids, I've always said no. I don't touch this stuff, not gonna touch this stuff, never touch this stuff. That was a lie.
We already knew that.
I've convinced myself that this had nothing to do with the ancestral message. I convinced myself that I'm not a competitive athlete of any kind, so who the fuck am I cheating? I convinced myself that this topic was a placeholder for a far more important conversation.
Oh yeah, boom, ends justify the
I convinced
means.
myself that this would overshadow the 36 years of working out, usually twice a day, without PEDs.
That's another thing that's a really common thing that people do when they're trying to hide the fact that they're juicing is they'll be like, oh well, I don't want it to like take away from all the hard work that I'm doing. But that's your ego. That's your selfishness. If your biggest concern about your physique is that people think you had an easier time, like who fucking cares?
I've convinced myself that this was the vocal minority, usually in the fitness category, driving to an unproductive conversation. And I had convinced myself that this would be the wrong message to send to the 15-year-old boys.
It is.
So I continually dismissed it.
But what message does he send now? Because essentially what is coming up from this because he wasn't acknowledging, and I said this in another one of my videos that I posted a couple days ago, was because of him not because of him not disclosing this stuff, there are these little 15-year-old dudes that are looking at him and thinking they can do this shit naturally. They're here, and everybody wants to believe that they're, bodybuilding heroes are natural. I thought fucking Arnold was natural, and like obviously that's insane. But so there are people who are looking at this guy thinking, yeah, he's totally natural. I can get like him. All I have to do is buy his programs, take his supplements, do his diet. But that's not the case. So he's selling 15-year-old kids a fucking lie.
And I dug myself into a bigger and deeper hole. I have only myself to blame. I did that. And it was all wrong. I will be better. I will talk about it openly because I believe that there's a time and a place for pharmacological intervention monitored and managed by a trained hormone physician.
The only time and place is if you're a bodybuilding athlete who's going for, an Olympia stage, basically. Well, and I only say that because it's kind of accepted in that field. If you're an athlete, I don't know. That's a whole different can of worms to get into. But
in 2021, when I was 43 years old, I didn't feel 100% physically or cognitively. So I went to get monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician to see what the fuck was going on with my life.
Oh, okay. He's talking way more broad.
And so, yes, it's true.
Than just steroids in this case.
I have tried several peptide combinations in an effort to increase my growth hormone, and it didn't work, meaning that my levels still remained below the normal level.
Okay, so it seems like it's now becoming the ends justify the means mixed with, well, I was only doing it because my levels were getting, like, it sounds like he's trying to make like a like a TRT argument through this. So he's going to be like, well, I was just bumping my levels up to normal.
True that I've tried pharmaceutical grade growth hormone, and I finally found success in managing therapeutic levels in the normal range.
If this guy drops his blood work and he's at normal levels, I'll be shocked.
Continued on with 0.6 cc's of testosterone per week, roughly 120 milligrams of testosterone a week. And no,
I don't buy it.
I don't take any other steroids like nandrolone or winstrol, but I have tried them in the past without success. Yes.
So that's another thing. Like the thing that is more important to him is almost like emphasizing, look, I was only taking a little bit and I still look like this. Like he's still trying to downplay what he was doing because he's still trying to sell his shit on the back end.
It's also true that my blood chemistry got all fucked up while taking nandrolone and winstrol. My lipids got all deranged. My liver enzymes went sky high, which is why clinical oversight is an absolute must. Nope.
Yes.
The Liver King brand has had nothing, or at least very little, to do with my business success. My companies were already kicking ass, already successful before the Liver King public figure.
Bull fucking shit.
Growing at 50% year over year and still growing at the same pace after the Liver King public figure.
Whoops.
Nope.
No one knew who this guy was.
Had ab implants.
Nobody knew who this guy was. There's no way that he's fucking seriously trying to say that the Liver King brand didn't enrich him in some way. Maybe I misheard that. I don't fucking know.
Ab etching or any other plastic surgery.
I think you probably did the etching, not the implants.
And I sure as fuck never actually had gene editing done in Singapore. I made all of that up. It was all intended to be a joke, and that's an expression of ancestral tin. Have a little goddamn fun. Ultimately, why did I, or why do I do them? When I talk about the 85% of the population that suffers from self-esteem issues, that's me. I'm part of that statistic. This is why I fucking work myself to death in the gym. This is why I do 12 to 15 blood-burning workouts a week, just to feel like I'm okay. Still, I have to absolutely crush myself to do so, and I'm wrecked physically and cognitively, and hormone replacement has helped in a profound and significant way.
I get that. And I resonate with that. I'm sure pretty much every human can resonate with that. But here's the thing is like, in the same breath to be like, oh, I'm taking steroids because I have, hormonal and self-esteem and blah, 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 and all these different things. Juicing doesn't exactly put you in the most optimal mental state, it affects you on, it affects up here a shitload. Like, I'm not saying this guy wouldn't have any, like self-esteem issues or anything like that if he was off gear, but I mean, like, talk to someone who's like taking tren and then talk to them after they've been off for like 2 months or something like that. And it's like fucking Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, man. Like, it is crazy the way that people are when they're on tren. And he's not on tren, I realize that, but it's, different shit affects you in different ways. And yeah.
And still, I believe that the path to paradise is paved in fucking hell. I previously have said in a weird way, I'm grateful for the recent events that have shed light on this complicated as fuck topic.
It's not complicated.
I knew I needed to take this opportunity to openly discuss everything for me to be a better human. If there are any questions that remain unanswered, send them my way. I fully own that I fucked up.
He's not.
I'm sorry as a man can be. And all I can do is take extreme ownership right now, be better, and lead myself to a better life as a better human. Again, thank you to everyone for the support, the criticism, the love, the hate, and above all else, the loyalty. Liver King.
Okay, so here's the thing. Also, this is my first time using this software or whatever, so the editing is going to be wonky. I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't. I actually think that he's very well-intentioned with the shit that he was doing. I think the 9 ancestral tenets that he talks about are actually pretty good, all things considered. I just... When you're building something like this and the foundation that it's built upon is a huge lie, it calls into question so many different things. I mean, and he was saying that he wanted to use this to take responsibility for it, and it feels like he only kind of did. And I don't know what 100% taking responsibility would look like, but it's not whatever he just did. I don't think there's a right way to do an apology. There's no perfect apology. There's going to be some people that are upset about things no matter what. It's just, I feel like that was phony to some degree. And still, man, talking about his fucking finances in the beginning, that like set it off to such a weird tone. I don't know, man. There's no perfect way to do an apology. I don't want to say the ends justify the means. He got a lot of people into fitness the same way that every fitness personality does. No single person is perfect. That's a tough call. I think that's up to y'all to kind of decide upon. But I guess that's kind of my take for now. So yeah, until next time, guys. My name's Andrew with Pride. See y'all later. For the first time in my entire life, I only have a mustache. I hope you still subscribe. Whether you're looking at this on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or somewhere else, go find me on Instagram at AndrewPFM or Pride Fitness and Movement, or go find me on TikTok. I post some really unacceptably obscene shit on there, but I hope you still follow me anyway. So we'll see you guys later.